respected viewers, Assalamu alaikum and very good evening to all. Today my discussion will be placed to you on the basis of series analysis, that is ISA 600. My discussion will be based on ISA 600 and another two cases, that's PK Halder's case and cash incentive fraud case in Bangladesh. First of all, group audit ISA 600. From group audit, we have to know about consolidation procedure, and consolidated financial statement covers 6 IFRS and 1 IS. 6 IFRS is IFRS 3, IFRS 13, IFRS 10, IFRS 11 and IFRS 12. Also, we have to know details about IS 28 for subsidiary, associates, for investment in associates. According to ISA 600, group auditor, the audit of group financial statement is ISA 600. Component auditor, group auditor is the parent auditor, that is component auditor is subsidiaries auditor. Component auditors is referred as they work at the request of the group auditor according to ISA 600. ISA 600 referred to the component auditor in the auditor's report, but it does not diminish their liability for the group audit company opinion. No opinion will be based on without their work or their evidence of work. Group auditor should not rely fully on the component auditor's report. Group auditor will be held solely responsible for their audit report of the group, although they request to the component auditor for some information and give instruction and set materiality level. Right, group auditors right require all information. It has right to require all reasonable steps for group audit planning. Group auditor will not rely on the auditor's conclusion or component auditor's conclusion. It should evaluate reliability of the component auditors and work performed. Understanding the component auditor, group auditor will judge the independence, professional competence and other things of the component auditor for their reliance of the audit work. Materiality, performance materiality and total materiality will be set by the group auditor and their instruction will be followed by the component auditor. Regarding materiality, the important things in group audit, is material misstatement, indication of material misstatement. What should indicate as material misstatement in group audit? It's a big standard, covers a lot of standards. So group or consolidation audit accounts is also complex, so consolidated audit is also complex and risky. So what should auditor pay? That's I have selected some items for you. That complex group structure, whether there is a complex group structure, let's say A holds B 60%, B holds C 50%, and ultimately A controls C. It's the group complex group, and she has another subsidy branch in foreign country, and another investment in as associate 25% or 30% holding another company. So all the information from grounds to up will be covered by the consolidation accounts, group accounts. So consolidation accounts is very complex, and for the group structure nature, it is also hard to audit. Frequent acquisition, whether there is frequent acquisition, frequent disposal, and acquisition according to IFRS 3 should be addressed by the auditor carefully. Poor corporate governance, inadequate management information of component, unusual government intervention, especially for foreign subsidiary, trade and fiscal policy, restriction on currency, dividends, exchange rate fluctuation, interest rate, etc. Different accounting policy. If subsidiary follow another different accounting policy, this may be risky for the group auditor. Reporting dates. Reporting dates is different. Say parent company's reporting date 31st December and subsidiaries is 31st March. So there should be variation in accounting information. All calculation will be based on 9 months for the subsidiaries and associates information, especially post acquisition reserve, and is very complex to be calculated. Aggressive, that is long term contract, complex financial instrument, whether where there is complex financial instrument also, a subsidiary or associate has, this will be affected in the parents accounting information. Timing of transaction, cut-off date, I have already said. Unusual related parties transaction, and if there is more than one subsidiary, say in Bangladesh Petroleum Corporation has 5 or 6 subsidiaries, 6 subsidiaries, Meghna, Jamuna, Podda Oil Company. So if Podda Oil Company has one entry or two entry, give the debit note to the Meghna Petroleum, but Meghna Petroleum didn't record well or recorded late, and reporting period has passed. So there is complexity arises. They have debited, but the MPL or Jamuna Oil Company did not credit it. So the lack of information and timing of information will create complexity in consolidation. So this should be carefully addressed by the auditor, especially under 550 ISA 550. They will stress or prioritize the information following IS 24. How many things there? IS 24, related party disclosure, aggressive plus tax planning, frequent change of auditors should be carefully addressed by the auditor. And audit procedure should be followed. That step 1 may be in collecting all audited schedule or schedule in US. Compare all audited accounts to a schedule. Journal entries is the most important. Most important is the journal entries. After having separate financial statement of parent and subsidiary, auditor will compare and check all the journals carefully. This is the main way of auditing group accounts. Record date, cost of execution, goodwill. There is special whether the goodwill is overstated, especially in the, that is happening in the world, that the raising goodwill unauthorizedly is happening. So this should be carefully handled or addressed by the auditor. Overall reconciliation, adjustment, difference accounting policy. If there is different accounting policy, adjustment should be carefully done, especially in a stock transfer or asset transfer. If there is asset transfer and different accounting policy, the complex accounting will be addressed by the auditor carefully. Step 4, combination or disposal. Previous subsidiary now associates, there's previously there was more than 50%, now the parent hold another 10%, now this is associates. So there happened the associate has reported to the RJC, but accountants have not recorded the transaction, or board decision has not been implemented so far. So this should be carefully done at the time of reporting date or group audit. Arithmetical accuracy, treatment, goodwill and intangible asset should be treated well. Foreign currency tax, especially deferred tax. Lot of deferred tax transaction will arise because of consolidation, especially in foreign country and branch. Foreign country's subsidiary branch or overseas subsidiary. Global enterprise. If there is share option should be carefully handled. Restriction of profit repatriation. Review. Auditor will review all the journals regarding, especially overseas subsidiary, should address the financial risks, political risks, and regulatory risks in their report. Group auditor will report regarding these risks. If there is loan capital, term and long-term contract liability would be checked and reviewed by the auditor. Checking remittance proceeds with bank and other regulatory compliance, movement of exchange and interest rate, obtaining or getting hedging transaction. IFRS 9 will also be considered if there is financial instrument in subsidiary or associates, it should be incorporated in group accounts. So auditor should check the IFRS 9 application. Disclosure of accounting policy. Going concern, especially what is happening in the current world, that is Ukraine-Russia world, and over devaluation and overvaluation, over interest rate in the USA, or everywhere is inflation is affecting our global economy. So auditor will check the going concern, especially following 570 ISA 570 for their confirmation, that is there no going concern threat. So this is our ISS 600 analysis. Another our case-based scenario analysis. Our case-based scenario will be based on P.K. Halder's international leasing finance company and others recently happened, and he has been caught red-handed in India. So P.K. Halder case and Hallmark Group case I have already discussed are the same way they have committed fraud. P.K. Halder formed a lot of dummy companies or ghost companies to take money out of banks in the name of loan or supplyment. But he has done another thing which was not done by the Hallmark Group MD, Mr. Tanvir. Halder took the shares or purchased all the shares of the suppliers also. He has control over the suppliers also. Besides, or apart from banks or financial uh, institution. So I will not repeat this case. Our another interesting case is will be based on cash incentive fraud case. A lot of cash incentive in 2013 and 14 from Bangladesh Bank. This cash incentive is given to the exporters, 100% exporters for their remittance. And in this case, 1,074 crore by creating 107 export bill, a fake bill, and 1,074 cash incentive taka was siphoned out from Bangladesh Bank. In 2018 and 2020, another Mammon Enterprise, with the help of corrupt custom officials and CNF agents, get money of incentive out of Bangladesh Bank, over 6.2 crore by creating 142 shipping consignment. This shipping consignment was non-existent. Actually, no export has been made, but money has been paid, or cash incentive has been paid on the basis of fake export bill. At least 20 companies in that case laundered 451 crore by 965 consignment, which was also non-existent, especially in agro products. Agro products incentive was 20%, entertainment was 20%. So this is very much attractive. This is mainly done through IT fraud. The exporters send all the goods to the inland container depot, ICD depot. That happened in recently. ICD was a fire broke out in ICD depot. So ICD depot, inland container depot, custom officials will assess and give the certificate of verification, that is appraisal certificate, in their depot. The shipment for export will be done from this depot. It will not be assessment made, will not be in the port. This is the ICD depot is considered bonded area, and all the shipment procedure and customs procedure or formality is done by the custom official there. So the ID of all custom official, corrupt custom official was somehow known by the perpetrators. Executor software, IDs of executor software, automated system for custom data. Though thus the data was the data of password, ID or password, somehow known by the custom official and CNF. They used to give, after placing the bill of export, that shipment on board or FOB, there is a signal yellow to green. So they give or put the signal button yellow to green, as they know the ID and password. The password was hacked. So this is the way of main fraud. Another way of fraud is bill of lading issued by the freight forwarder instead of shipping line. In case of shipment, whether air shipment or sea shipment, two main document of export or shipping line is important. One is freight forwarder, another is master variable or BL, master BL. Freight forwarder will give exporter a document, house variable or house BL. This is house. This is used for internal export. Another, the forwarder will give the shipment to the master. Master means there's a main shipping line. The shipping line will give BL, bill of lading. Shipping line will be bill to the forwarder, and forwarder give to the exporter. Exporter will not directly connected to the shipping line or main shipper or airlines. Same thing. So auditor didn't check the master BL. This should be checked and tested thoroughly. Another thing, auditor didn't check or couldn't check SWIFT transaction and didn't verify that SWIFT transaction to the account that is actually recorded or credited to the shipper's bank statement, not exporter's bank statement. So this is the main things of our discussion. So review, what should we have learned from this case? This is auditor should check all shipping document, especially forwarder's document and also BL, SWIFT document, bank statement, and verification of all bank statement with even with track challan and all the grounds document to the final document. I will not lengthen my video in this regard. So till next till next discussion, I am departing now. Bye for now. Assalamu alaikum.